So guess who's back from the dead and finally making a video today? Hey guys, I am so freaking happy that I'm finally sitting down to film this video today because it is something that is highly requested, something that I've been wanting to do from the beginning of starting this channel. Yes, it's my everyday beginner friendly makeup tutorial. So I'm going to be showing you what I do every single time I go out. So today you're going to get a lot of information. You're going to learn some new techniques, you're going to look at some new products that work really well for me, and you're going to learn how to use makeup without a lot of tools, you know. I know that's something all of you want, and I've tried to do that in this video as much as I could. So if you like what you hear, keep watching. First, I'm going to start with a primer. Now, I don't usually use a cream primer or a silicone based primer on my face every single day because it can end up clogging your pores a little bit. So instead I use a primer oil, which is a little more lighter formula. It's more like a serum that nicely hydrates your skin and preps it for the makeup to go on smoothly. So for this I use the Colorbar Perfect Selfie Primer Oil. So I put on like 3 drops of this precisely. That should do the job really well. So this leaves my skin with a nice sheen, like a nice glow, and also makes it a little bit tacky, which is great for the product to stick on really well when I apply it. If you're an oily skin person also, you can easily use this product because it's not like an oil, it's not comedogenic. It's a dry oil that gets absorbed really quickly. So starting the base, we are going to go in with first a concealer. Now I use a sheer coverage concealer, sheer to medium coverage concealer daily. It is the Maybelline Fit Me. I'm in the shade 40 Caramel. I've been using this for easily a year. It's really good for everyday use. It is not extremely high coverage, doesn't make you look like a ghost if that's what you're afraid of. So I like to go in with this right here on the inner corner of my eye, and then a little bit right here, and then a little bit on my eyelid. This is what I do. And also I like to put a little bit here because that's where I'm a little dark, a little bit around the mouth and under the chin. If I have a suntan and I'm a little dark here, I also pull it a little bit on my forehead, but I don't really need that right now. I don't have a tan. So to blend all this out, I'm going to take a Real Technique sponge and I'm going to lightly dab it. The sponge is a little damp, by the way. Never use a sponge that is like rock hard. It's bad for your face and it's never ever going to blend the product very easily. Now, after blending out the product in that spot, I also like to take the blender that already has a little product on it and go around my face in the spots that I did not put the concealer on. This is going to give you a very light coverage that does not make you look cakey. Now you can easily do this with your finger as well if you don't have a sponge. Let me show you how. So just take your ring finger and just lightly go in dabbing or tapping motions around your eyes. You can't really tell the difference between which one is done with a sponge and which one is done with a finger. It looks the same pretty much. So one of the main ground rules of makeup is that if you're going to mix some cream products with some powder products, you first put on the cream product and then go in with the powder. If you put on a powder and then put the cream product on top, it's going to look really cakey. So following that, I have a cream blush next that I use almost every single day. It's more of like a lip and cheek tint more than a blush, and it is a cream product, so I'm going to put out that next. This is the Seba Cosmetics Everyday Lip and Cheek Tint, and it's in the shade Hint of Red. So what I like about this product is that it leaves on like a matte finish that's really nice, and it just looks like, you know, looks very natural. It doesn't look like you put on blush. So usually I take the product on my finger, put it on the back of my hand, like rub a little bit on the back of my hand, and then take it from there and then put it wherever I need it. Always remember to go in like really thin coats. I know it's very tempting to see these Instagram reels and videos where they just, you know, scoop up the blush and put like 3 dots and then blend it out. It's really difficult to blend it out that way. So I'm not going to lie and tell you that it's the same finish with both a blender, beauty blender and your finger, because definitely the beauty blender gives a much more, you know, seamless finish. It nicely meshes the product into your skin and in with the other products that are already on your face. So since that's done, next we're going to move on to setting the face with a little bit of powder. I can already see the concealer starting to crease a little bit under my eyes. So for the setting powder, I'm going to use the K-Beauty Matte Compact, and this is in the shade medium. I freaking love this powder, dude. It is one of the best powders I've ever used. From the packaging to the product to just how pretty it looks. I don't know, I'm maybe a little biased because I love K-Beauty packaging. So I like to use a makeup tool for this. You know, you can't really put on powder with your fingers, so you have to use something. So this powder does not come with a powder puff, so I use a separate puff. This is from Colorbar, and this is like a little more thicker than the powder puffs that you usually get inside compacts. So I'm taking like really little product on the puff, and I'm going to start placing it under my eyes first, slowly in dabbing motions. No rubbing, just very light dabbing. So what you're doing right now is like setting that product into place so that when you go out in the sun or if you sweat, it's not gonna move too much. Hit all the spots where you're likely to sweat more. Like I sweat a lot around my mouth, so I'm really going in with the powder around my mouth. Next, I use a bronzer. So this is a step that you guys can easily skip. You can either take a blush or a bronzer. Choose between either one, whichever you think suits your face more, but I like both, so I use both. So for this, I use the Benefit Hoola bronzer. This is the mini size, and this is a recent purchase, and I have been absolutely loving the formula of this powder. I place the bronzer usually right below where I put on the blush and nicely blend the two products together so that, you know, it's not just like two stark lines on my face. In full honesty, I don't use a bronzer every single time I go out. Only when I have the time or, you know, I want to look a little more put together, I go for this step. So nose contouring is something that I never skip because I am really insecure about my nose. I like to take a little bit of the bronzer on the crease of my eye as well. This really helps define the, you know, eye socket. So that's it for the base. I like to keep it really simple and really light every day, and even though I'm wearing a lot of products, it doesn't really look like I'm wearing a lot of products, and that is the trick. That's what you guys have to perfect when you wear makeup every day. Next, we're gonna move on to the brows. So for the brows, I don't really like a clean defined brow when I go out every single day. I just like to fill in the gaps wherever there's, you know, a little less hair or my skin is showing. So for this, I'm using the Blue Heaven Artisto brow pencil or styler. I'm gonna start from the beginning, that's like right here, and just very small strokes that goes up in the direction of my brow hair, just to add a little coverage to this area. Now the arch of the brow is something I like to really define and clean out, so that is where I'll be putting most of the product. See, this particular line right here is not defined in my natural brow line, so I'm going to define that by filling in that gap. And after putting on the product, I like to take the spoolie on the other end and just comb everything out. See, do you guys see the difference? I put on like really less product, but putting it in the right places really makes a difference on your brow. Okay, both the brows are done, they're clean, they're happy. Next, we're gonna move on to the eyes. So when I go out every single day, full disclosure, I mostly wear a winged eyeliner with like my trusty Maybelline Colossal Bold Liner. But on some days when I want to look a little more put together, a little more natural, I like to do a smoky brown liner with a brown kajal. For this, I'm going to use the LA Colors Auto Eyeliner. Very honestly, I don't really like this liner. I'm just using it to finish it off. It's not bad, it's just not for me. Okay, that is such a breakup line, but yeah, what I meant is it's a little waxy, and it definitely, you can make it work. It's a really good affordable option. So I start from right here. Oh my god, I'm really nervous to do this, but okay, let's go. Slowly pan out the wing a little bit. Wow, that came out surprisingly well. I am in shock. So I like to take this liner all along here, along my upper waterline. Just like to take my finger and just smudge out that top a little bit, just to create a really smoothed out look. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tightline the top of my eye. This is something I do so that I don't look really sick and weary. I mostly concentrate the liner on the inner tear duct and then bring it a little bit outwards and then stop it around the center of my pupil. Next, I'm going to do the last step of the eye routine, which is the mascara. For this, I'm going to use the Superfan mascara from Smashbox. This was something I recently discovered and oh my god. Best mascara I have ever used in my entire freaking life. Start from the inside, roll the wand towards the outside and close your eye at the same time. In this way, you're pushing the lash up at the same time coating the lashes evenly. Once you're thorough with this method, you can add a little wiggle also into your game. That also really helps to coat the lashes well. Do you or do you not see the difference, bro? This video is almost coming to an end. We're going to move on to the last step, which is the lip. For lips, I start with the lip liner first. Today I'm using the Lipping on the Edge lip liner from Sugar, and this is in the shade Wood by Nude. This is a perfect nude shade that I like to use every day. For lipstick, I'm going to go with the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit matte lipstick. This lipstick and this lip liner are a match made in heaven, honestly. It's the perfect matte coverage also. It doesn't really dry out your lips. It leaves it with a powder finish and you can easily just reapply it whenever you want over the top. Now, before we finish the video, final step. This is something I always forget every single day, but it's really essential. This is Prep Plus Prime Fix Plus and this is in the variant Pink Light. Wow, that is a tongue twister in itself. So I'm nicely shaking up the bottle before using and just wait for it to dry and you're good to go. I'll be right back. I hope you guys find this video useful because this is literally what I do every single day. Like, very honestly, no shenanigans involved. This is what I do every time I go out. I'm not saying you have to do every single step. You can easily skip any step you want and still get something that is similar to this. So if you like this, then please try out what I did right now and I really hope it works for you. All the high-end products in this video can easily be replaced with anything from the drugstore that performs in a similar way. If you want recommendations or replacements for anything that I used, high-end or low-end, please ask me in the comment section and I will definitely answer. Not forget to subscribe. Wow, I sound like such a YouTuber. But please do subscribe to my channel if you like my content, if you want more useful makeup tips and tricks and skincare and just daily lifestyle videos. This is where you come to. Reminder to follow me on Instagram. If you haven't already, you are missing out on all the fun. So I guess that's it. I think we're done here and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.